Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 376 for Thursday, April 24th. It's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Products Studio. Don't mind me. Change your name there. Yeah, hi. How's it going?
Got pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Tonight on the show, we got race season previews for a few tracks that we cover here. Lorain Raceway Park, we're going to be joined by Randy Maggio Jr., promoter out there. Also, we'll be speaking to Gerry Keysor of Limaland. Yeah, name might sound familiar.
Gerry who?
Yeah, that guy.
Wow.
And Rich Lushes from Sandusky Speedway scheduled to join us later, as well as Tim Wilber from Butler Motor Speedway. 4 tracks tonight. So a lot to get through, and we are going to do our best to get through them as soon as possible. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change your name again from me to
you.
Because I am not you, but nobody can see that yet because that's not. Hey, Gerry's already here. Should we say hey to Gerry? Hey, Gerry, you're early. Hi. Oh, he can't hear. Okay, we'll get to you later. That's what happens when you show up early. You never know who you're going to pop on there. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, while you're thinking, I want to wish my wife a happy birthday.
And hopefully she's feeling better.
I haven't seen her for a couple of days. I think she ran away, but happy birthday anyhow.
She ran away. Get ready, race fans. The 2025 Oakshade Raceway 50th season race schedule is out. And unfortunately, it's been some health issues in the family, so the schedule has been pushed back.
It's in flux.
It's was supposed to start this weekend, and that's kind of why we changed our scheduling a little bit. We were going to have Chrissy on, but since that's been pushed back, the new start date or opening date, I guess we should say, is going to be Saturday, May 10th. Be a full show of dirt car, UMP late models, DCR graphic sportsmen, Dominator Superstocks, and compacts. And then, of course, full shows run pretty much weekly through August, with the exception of the Summer Nationals there. Vintage American Race Cars will be visiting as well. Check out the schedule at oakshaderaceway.com. Barney Oldfield race coming up on June 14th. And as I mentioned, the Summer Nationals night, which is actually a co-sanctioned event with the American Ironman Late Model Series. That is going to be Saturday, July 12th. So keep up to date. Follow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And it's Oakshade Raceway.
They're not on Twitch?
Fastest meet to race. Surprisingly, no. Not that I know of. If you're planning your dream wedding or special event, make it unforgettable with Magic Moment Entertainment. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report when you book, and you'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. With over 30 years of experience, Ron Burt will make sure your event is perfect. Magic Moment handles everything from contracts to full liability insurance, giving you peace of mind, plus no hidden fees, no charges for mileage or dance floor lighting ever. He serves Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky. And Magic Moment specializes in wedding receptions, but also excels in corporate events and mitzvahs. They take pride in working closely with couples and clients to create magical moments tailored just for you. Call 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. And Ron emailed me, Ron Burt from there, earlier today about something we'll talk about a little bit later about Mansfield Speedway.
Really?
Yeah. But he wanted to know if you had ever raced there.
Yes.
Have you? Okay. I told him I didn't think so.
Only when it was dirt. I never raced on it.
Okay.
Never on pavement.
Before it was dirt, before they paved it and then turned it back to dirt. You're talking about the first dirt?
The first dirt.
The first dirt. Okay. That's what I thought. What'd you run there?
Late model.
What year was that, approximately?
What's that?
What year?
Oh, gosh.
Decade? What decade?
Yeah, probably. When did they close?
For good? I don't. Which time?
Okay. If I had to guess, I'd say late 90s.
All right, fair enough.
Early 2000s.
Also got to mention Dominator Race Products, Ron Miller Race Cars, Victory Fuel, Dittman Motorsports, and DCR Graphics, sponsors of the show tonight. Speaking of DCR Graphics, we'll be giving away Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker for our How Many coming up a little bit later on tonight. But first, how about we do our racing roundup? Talk about some action from this past week.
Racing Roundup.
So Attica Raceway Park was in action on Friday. One of the few tracks, actually a couple tracks got some action in despite the weather. They beat the weather, though, Friday night with the Attica Fremont Championship Series debut, or season debut, I should say. 410 sprint, Scotty Thiel finished first, but he was disqualified due to too tall of a wicker bill. That turned the win over to Devin Borden. Are you familiar with the wicker bill and what exactly that is?
Yeah, it's just a little fin on the back of the wing.
Does that give more downforce?
Yes.
Is that what that's for? Okay. So he had more downforce than he should have had, apparently.
Maybe.
Okay. Rusty Schlenk picked up the win in the UMP late models, and Jimmy Miller, another AFCS 305 sprint car win for him.
Those two have
Rusty and Jamie?
Yeah, good summer so far.
It's not even summer yet. Toledo Speedway, they got things in on Saturday.
They did.
Despite it turned out to be a pretty nice day.
Right. Did you get to watch any of that?
I did not.
Oh,
did you?
It wasn't. Yeah, it really wasn't. It was a good show.
Okay. Justin Grant picked up the win in the Raleigh Beal Classic, the USAC Silver Crown Series. Kyle Crump was the CRA Jegs All-Star Tour winner, and Josh Bunning won in the factory stocks. Wayne County Speedway, Eldora, Fremont, they all canceled this past weekend due to weather. Things a little bit less affected by weather down in Australia as their race season continues to wrap up and just keeps going. Albany Speedway on Saturday. These guys, there's a lot of repeat winners between Saturday and Sunday here. Blake Iwanaw won the wingless sprint cars. Kai Blight picking up the win in the late models. Phil Barton in super sedans. Tyron Hill, your street stock winner. Rowan Burrell in production sedans. Cody Colmer in the juniors. And then Sunday.
And what track is that at?
This is Albany.
Okay.
Albany Speedway. Again, Blake Iwanaw, Kai Blight, Phil Barton, Rowan Burrell, and Tyrone Hall, all the same winners. Same with Cody Colmer in the juniors, so everybody repeated there. Murray Bridge Speedway, Saturday, was Caden Brown winning the Speed Car 50-lap championship event, and then Sunday, Caleb Curie getting the Speed Car win, and there was a demolition derby. It wasn't like an actual demolition. That wasn't like a race that
it was intended. It was intended.
An intended demolition
derby
that Rob Kemp won. Premier Speedway, Jamie Veal picking up the win there in the sprint cars. Ian Thompson, your sports sedan winner. Peter Kinnear in the street stocks. Jamie May and Bailey Pitcher each picking up wins in the super rods.
Super rod.
What's a super rod? It sounds pretty super.
I'm not sure. That one slipped by me.
Okay. Not like Schroyer, Super Rod D. Schroyer?
Roddy? Yeah, it could be.
The World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Knoxville Showdown at Knoxville Raceway Friday night event canceled. Saturday night, though, did get in, and the reason for the Saturday cancellation, missed.
Was what?
Missed.
Missed?
Rico Abreu picking up the win Saturday there at Knoxville. Isn't Rico? He's running the high limit again.
Right.
So, showing those World of Outlaw guys how to get it done. NASCAR action over the weekend. They returned to the Rockingham back in action. Pretty cool. I got to watch a couple of the races.
And it was it was well attended.
Sold out Saturday, as we mentioned last week on the show. Craftsman Truck Series Friday night, Black's Tires 200. Tyler Ankrum picking up the win. And then the Xfinity race, a little bit of controversy in this one, too. The North Carolina Education Lottery 250 at Rockingham. Sammy Smith was awarded the victory after the number 2 Chevrolet of race winner, or apparent race winner, I should say. Jesse Love was deemed to have violated Rule 14.14.2.I-5.H.
That's a whole lot of dots.
Which covers trailing arm spacers and pinion angle shims. And we got more news about that because Richard Childress appealed that.
Of course.
We got the result of that appeal yesterday. We'll let you know how that turned out. In the meantime, got to mention Ryan Miller Race Cars, your one-stop racing headquarters located in Lambertville, Michigan. Ryan Miller Race Cars has everything you need to keep your racing dreams on track, from custom race cars to parts, safety equipment, service, even American Racer tires. If it's for racing, Ron has it or can get it. Give him a call today, 734-856-7223, and let Ron help you gear up for victory. Ron Miller Race Cars, fueling racers one lap at a time. And you even, that Dodge Dart, is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
What is that?
That's a drag car, kind of a pro street.
It's a sharp-looking car.
Back halving it, roll cage, rear suspension. It's a pretty cool car.
Nice. Let me know when you're done. I want to see what that turns out, how that turns out.
Maybe we'll have to take a trip over.
Think the owner will let me drive it?
Ooh. I mean, you are a certified race car driver.
I am. I turn, though. I don't know how to go straight. It could be a problem. DCR Graphics is your source for high-quality wraps, stickers, die-cast banners, and more. Looking to upgrade your race team's look? DCR Graphics has you covered with full wraps starting at just $425 plus shipping. If you want to showcase your car in miniature form, you can get a box of 8 custom die-casts for only $130 plus shipping. Available for late model sprints, modifieds, and now stocks, super stock, street stocks, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, he's got those. He just let me know today he's got those available.
I'm holding out for trucks.
I'll keep on them. No guarantees though.
Yeah, you haven't been telling him you were holding out for the stocks.
And now DCR has even more ways to show off your style. Check out their brand new line of crew shirts, T-shirts, hoodies, hats, flags, and more. Hit up DCR Graphics on Facebook or call 419-308-9523 to place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. And let's see. We got Gerry on there.
Looks like we got a bunch of people.
Well, we got producer Dave.
Oh.
And then there's us, so I don't know if that really counts. But let's give Randy a call here. He's supposed to be up first from Lorain Raceway Park. Get a little bit of some information on what's to be expected out of Lorain Raceway Park this year. When's the last time you've been there?
Ooh, long time.
Okay. When it was Lorain County?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. We got Gerry Keysor from Limaland coming up next. He's waving. I see him waving. So he can hear us. Hopefully he's
that's a good thing, though.
Yeah. We may skip to I was busy today. Usually I'll go through and remind the people. Because
Hi, you have reached Randy Maggio Jr. with
speak to them earlier in the week. So sometimes they forget.
Yeah.
But I was so busy today, I didn't have time to do that. And we had 4 guests, so I was hoping maybe somebody would forget, but not really. Randy, it's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller from the Hammer Down Racer Report. We're supposed to be talking to you right about now. Give us a call at this number, and we'll get you on. We want to know what's going on at Lorain Raceway Park this year.
I'm sure it's going to be fun.
All right. Yeah. So in that case, as Gerry likes to say, it's organic. Mr. Keysor, how's it going?
Good, gentlemen. How the heck are you?
Good, Gerry.
Good to see you. It's been a while.
Good to be seen. It has been a long winter.
So where are you at this weekend? You're at another racing event.
I am at Charlotte Motor Speedway at Z-Max Dragway for the NHRA 4-Wide Nationals down here. Here as with the University of Northwestern Ohio, we have an orientation event down here, and we'll have a display in the midway, and it's a great time. We end up having a lot of kids that we have recruited down here that are getting ready to come to the school, and we get them all signed up, ready to go, and get all their financial aid stuff ready for them while they're here, and get them prepared to come join us at UNOH in Lima, Ohio in this summer.
Good spokesperson for UNOH. So apparently the students aren't only circle track racers, they also do the straight line stuff.
That's one of the wonderful things about UNOH. The students come from all backgrounds. There's even kids that come there that have never done anything with motorsports at all, and they turn around and become active members going and doing things with Monster Jam, Formula Drift, ARCA. There's so many pathways available to our graduates. It's an amazing. This has been the most rewarding job I've ever had in my life, and I don't plan on going anywhere for a good long time.
Nice. So, what's new at Limaland this year as far as facilities,
New?
programs? Yeah, I mean,
There's a certain kind of car coming back to Limaland for the first time since 2007, and that's really exciting for a lot of people. I mean, we can get to that. I'd like to talk about what's coming up next week, though.
well, let's do that. Actually, my second thing was I was going to ask about that particular vehicle coming back to Limaland, but talk about the opener. That's a week from Friday. Excuse me.
Week from Friday, yeah, May 2nd, bringing in the Great Lakes Super Sprints for their inaugural visit of 2025 for a season opener presented by Smith Bond. We'll also have our dirt car UMP modifieds, Lock 16 Thunderstocks. Always a great time at Limaland, Friday night racing. We do our best to make it a quick show, get people out of there at a decent hour. And it's so exciting to be getting prepared. It kind of snuck up on us. It's been, with the track, you guys have seen some of the traveling I'm doing. It's like, oh, wait a minute, we got stuff to do right here at home. So it's been challenging, but it's been very, very fun.
Awesome. So, looking a little ahead, as we mentioned there, you got a certain series that is it's on a lot of tracks. Schedules are in our area this year. The late models coming back. Tell us about that.
How exciting is it to have the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series returning to Limaland? Super late models taken to the quarter mile of Thunder at Limaland for the first time since 2007. We're expecting to see a great car count, obviously, because a lot of people, like I said, it's been since 2007. We're almost 20 years since the last time late model.
Why has it been so long?
I can tell you.
Well, there's lots of logistics here and there.
Okay.
And Ron Miller was busy supporting Oakshade every week. He wouldn't come to Lima. I don't know. There were some things I don't know.
Okay.
Pretty sure I
No,
ran that race in
it's just-
07.
Yeah, there's so much going on. There's always so many moving parts. And to make it work and make it worthwhile, it's been hard to get them back. And this year, we were able to sit down and make a plan and bring the late models back. We did the World of Outlaws late models. And it seemed like every time we'd bring them in, it would rain. And it was just it kind of
I wasn't going to go there, Gerry.
Hey, I understand. It's terrible. It sucks. But we want to get our feet back in it. We love our partnerships. One of the great partnerships that we have with the university is Lucas Oil, and they also do a little bit with the racetrack. And so, with the Lucas Oil Late Model Series out there, it's a no-brainer to have the American Ironman Late Model Series at Limaland and get late models back in there and see if there is enough support. I make no guarantees about anything in the future, but you never know what can happen down the road, and this could be a step towards the future. And to bring back the late models and have them in action at Limaland, I'm tickled pink. I don't even know how to react. I've only announced one late model race outside of assisting Scott a little bit up there at Oakshade in my career. So I'm really excited to be part of this one.
Now, how much input do you actually have in putting together the schedule, the race schedule?
I've been lucky enough this year to be more a part of everything. Not to get into details, there's, Stephanie's our general manager, and she has control of, everything, and she does a wonderful job. But she's needed some extra assistance this year, and I'm proud to be able to help her out and to help Dr. Jarvis and help everybody at the university. And being at Limaland, it was, the step to get to that.
So are you pitching for an announcer class in at UNOH?
That would be something interesting, but I'm afraid these kids will be 10 times better than me and take my job. I'm surprised Scott hasn't come down and taken it yet.
Speaking of which, are you running? Are you racing this year in the Keysor deal?
Nothing is in stone. If I can find a ride in something, I would definitely like to. Stephanie is she she's very hesitant. She doesn't like me not being in the tower, but it's there's always a chance.
All right, well, keep me updated on that. What big shows are you most looking forward to, other than the late models returning there?
That's one of the great things about Limaland. We're a weekly track, which is unfortunately becoming more and more rare, but we try to make every week feel like a special event for our fans, for our teams, the crews, the whole 9 yards. Man, we got the season opening shootout brought to us by Smith Vaughn, but then the Mike Stryker Memorial was the second week. The USAC Midwest Thunder Speed D2 midgets come in, and those guys and gals in that D2 midget class put on a whale of a show every time I see them, and it's not just Limeline, everywhere they go. So I'm always thrilled to see them back. The modifieds, Dirt Track Truck Series on multiple events, Run for the Rabbit May 16th, Memorial Cup on May 23rd. Those are always, like I said, every week we try to have a big event, and then of course May 30th the Keysor Memorial, and that may be my favorite one.
I was going to say that one had to rank right up there.
But this year, something very exciting with the Keysor Memorial. Obviously, big payday for the Thunder stocks. That's what that race is for. My dad was a stock car driver. My grandpa, my uncle's cousins. I drove the dirt track truck, so we're always glad to have them part of that as well. This year, the Great Lakes Traditional Sprints and the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series will be co-sanctioning the non-wing sprint cars for that event this year. So that ought to be a tremendous event, especially if you like non-wing sprint cars.
You're looking forward to a big field that night?
I would think so. I mean, the Michigan guys love to travel to come down. We'll see guys that maybe don't run with a series regular, that run a lot of Indiana stuff. I don't know the future of Gas City. There's always trying to bring them back to life. They were a Friday night track too, but the guys over there that race there every Friday night, that door's open for them to come for that race, the Keysor Memorial, to be a part of that. So we've had a pretty good car count the last couple of years with that event being non-sanctioned. So having the sanctioning bodies be a part of it this year, the Boss Series and the Great Lakes Traditional Sprints, we're real excited for that one.
So any talks about maybe bringing a high limit show, or maybe even the World of Outlaw sprints back to Limaland sometime? Not this year, but in the future.
Nothing's ever ruled out. I mean, Limaland, we love all types of racing, obviously, and we have partnerships all over the place. So you never know what's going to happen if the right deal comes up and the right situation to get something big for our fans. That's ultimately what it's about, is giving a place for these guys and gals to race, and also for our fans to have some place to go on Friday nights, locally to enjoy some of the greatest racing on the planet.
Okay. So you're getting pretty good at this. Yeah, that was a good non-committal answer there. I like that. So the Great Lakes Super Sprints, they're going to be there a lot this year. They have a new streaming service that we're going to talk about a little bit later. I've been talking to Barry about that quite a bit. Pretty excited about it. The Great Lakes Sprints.tv. How excited are you for that coming to Limaland? And does Zach come down there and do the announcing for when the Super Sprints are down there too?
Absolutely. Zach has been, when he took over as the voice of the Great Lakes Super Sprints, and now as general manager this year, I had a chance to hang out with Zach a bunch at PRI in December. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm so excited for Barry to have somebody like Zach on board, helping him to present all that. As far as the streaming service, that's something that I can't speak on right now as far as Limaland goes. That one would ultimately go back to Stephanie and Dr. Jarvis. But I think any exposure you get for our sport, regardless of its Limaland, Attica, Fremont, Oakshade, Millstream, the whole 9 yards, it is a good thing. So I hope it works out for them. And obviously, if it makes sense for us, we definitely want to be a part of it and have that available.
So I'm assuming then, like Fremont just announced, they have their own streaming service. There's the regular shows. There's no streaming available at Limaland as of this year.
As of right now, that I know of, no. But I don't, like I said, I don't know the talks between Barry and Steph and Doc, just because I've been on the road a ton, obviously this year, so it's been a little bit more difficult for me to be there and be involved in some of that the higher level stuff. So if it's there, I'm all for it. I'm 100%. I'm excited for Barry and Zach and everybody in the Great Lakes Super Sprints to have that exposure.
Go-to food at the concession stand for you at Limaland?
At Limaland,
Yeah.
well, I love our chicken sandwiches. Lock 16 out of Lima, Ohio, that supplies all of our food for our concession stands on both the pit and grandstand sides. And the guys and gals from Lock 16 do a great job on everything. But you know what? Let me take it back. The French fries with malt vinegar. That's
Okay.
my favorite.
Wasn't there? I remember something smelling cinnamony when I was there last time.
Oh, you know what? Stumpy's kettle corn.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's actually, yeah. We have a husband and wife, Stumpy and his wife. They come almost every Friday and set up their display. Their kettle corn. They have the original and the caramel corn. Both are delicious. I recommend if you come to Limaland. If you don't see them, just follow your nose. You'll find them.
What about point funds this year?
I'm excited to be back with the NASCAR Advanced Auto Part weekly series in both the modifieds and the stock cars. We had some talks with them over the winter, and in the past few years, things have broken down a little bit where they were only paying out to the top 5. This year, back to paying out to our top 10 finishers in both the stock car and UMP modified classes. And obviously all the benefits that come with being a NASCAR member, the insurances, being part of NASCAR banquets, things like that are there. So we're very excited to have them back in 2025 and look to see what happens in the future as far as that goes.
Any increases in the point fund or even the regular purses? Or you're not privy to that information?
I'm not big part of with that. I know that we are always in talks trying to make things good for the drivers and the teams, because obviously, like any other track, we want to keep teams coming so our fans have a great racing to watch, and we try to be as competitive as we can with everyone.
Another politically correct answer there. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at that.
I got an easier one for you. It's got some more hard defined answers to it. At least I hope so. Regular show admission prices, pit pass prices, and start times.
Well, start times, everything's staying the same. Pit gates open at 4:30, grandstand gates at 5, hot laps at 6:30, racing at 7:30. General admission's going up this year. We keep it as low as we can, and we've been at the $12 mark for adult general admission for years, and unfortunately, economically with everything is going up. It's hurting us too. So we are going up to $15 for adult general admission. We hate doing that, but the pit passes are staying the same at 30. So we're trying to keep it affordable for the teams. We're not passing the buck on them as much as we can. I believe our junior passes are $7, and then kids 10 and under are always free at Limaland. We want families to be able to come out and enjoy the show and have a good time. And so we're trying our best to keep it affordable. It's tough in this day and age.
It is.
Speaking of helping pay the bills, you got some sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Absolutely, especially our premier sponsor, Limaland K&L Ready Mix. So glad to have the colleagues on board again in 2025. They're such a great partner. We love everybody from K&L, and having them as our primary sponsor for the track obviously is huge. Smith Bond, who's doing the season opening shootout. So many other great partners. I don't have my list in front of me, so I feel terrible. I don't even have a race car to look at to cheat a little bit. So if you visit limaland.com, click on our sponsor link. It has all of the sponsors. Make sure you support the businesses that support racing, not just at Limaland, but all over. You look at the side of a race car and you see, businesses on the side. Make sure you support them because they're helping keep cars on the track so you guys can come watch the races.
There you go. And again, season opener a week from Friday. That's next Friday. Was that May 2nd, right?
May 2nd. Friday, May 2nd. Again, Great Lakes Super Sprints, Dirt Car UMP Modifieds, Lock 16 Thunder Stocks. Should be a tremendous show. A great way to kick off the season. wing sprint cars, obviously always at Limaland, a great show, but any week during the year, you are going to be treated to a great show. Like I said, we try to make every one of them a special event. We want everybody to have fun and feel like it's not just a weekly grind. We want you to come and have fun and feel like every time you're entertained.
Well, let me know if you got some free Saturday evenings this summer.
One of them's tied up already. I don't know if you've noticed that. I don't know if you saw that kind of breaking news.
No, I missed it. What is this?
Christian Dunn, the announcer at Millstream Speedway, and the announcer for the D2 midgets, for the Midwest Thunder midgets, is taking a weekend off, the weekend of May 9th and 10th. So the Millstream quarter-mile spectacular on May 10th. I'll actually be in the press box for the first time at the quarter mile at Millstream. So excited to be part of that and kind of help them out a little bit and just to be a part of another track coming back to life here in Ohio.
That's where I first met you, I believe. Worked together at Millstream that one time.
About 100 years ago.
You and I had a lot of fun down there.
Cool, Gerry. Always a pleasure talking to you. Looking forward to the season at Limaland.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting us talk up Limaland and obviously the university. You guys keep up the great work. I love being part of the show. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to come back and help a little bit more.
That works.
Man, my plate seems to keep getting fuller and fuller.
Well, you just let us know. I'll send you a link.
Sounds good, brother. You guys take care.
All right, man. We'll see you. There you go.
Yeah.
Gerry Keysor, and apparently we have Ron on the phone. So let's go to our next guest. Mr. Maggio, how's it going?
Good. How are you, sir?
No, doing all right. Apparently Ron's taking calls. I just we kind of just go with the flow, I guess. Lorain Raceway Park. You got the season opener. You're actually scheduled to get things going this Saturday night. And how are things looking? I don't know if you've been paying attention to the weather or not, but any kind of contingency if there is any problems?
So, no, I mean, it looks like overnight rain, which isn't really that big of a deal here. My dad's done a lot of work in our maintenance crew on the drainage and stuff like that throughout the property. So what used to be a Lorain Raceway Park swamp, it hasn't been anymore in recent years, knock on wood. So we've gotten a lot better with that. Preparations are good. The grounds are looking beautiful. We're actually sorting tires right now. That's why I got a text and you guys were like, "Hey, you want to hop on whenever?" I'm like, "Oh shoot!" I completely forgot. So I'm glad you guys text me. I appreciate it. But we're sorting tires back here. We have a great partnership this year with the Ohio Wheelman Series. It's a big street stock series around here, and they travel Indiana. I don't think they're going to West Virginia this year, but Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. They're here at Lorain 4 times, and then they are at Painesville 2 times, I believe, our other track. And then we're sharing tires this year too to kind of keep costs down for both of us and less headaches. But at the same point, Sam and Kiki from the Wheelman Series and me, we're going to get our money's worth this year sorting all these tires. So, but yeah, we're excited. We're ready. We have, I believe 5 divisions of racing action plus our little juice box cars, which we're really excited about. So
I saw that. I meant to ask you because I saw the little graphic on Facebook. Mm-hmm. It said juice box at intermission. I was like, what's a juice box? Is that some rapper or something? I was like, oh, it's a kart series. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool deal. They do it a lot down south, and it's starting to take off up here. We started doing it last year. Midville Speedway started doing it as well, and then now I believe Ona is doing it in West Virginia. But it's little. They're called radio flyer go karts. They're for ages 2 to 5, and it's kind of just it's a little electric go kart. They only have 2 speeds. They're pretty fun, honestly. They drift around. Once you go into 3rd gear, those kids rip a little bit. But it's pretty cool. We have one of our street side drivers, Matt Wilson. His daughter Zoe raced last year, and she was drifting the corners and stuff. And the kids now have a new terminology of walking the dog. So they all go around the pit saying, "Oh, we're gonna walk the dog today." So it's really cool to see the youth involved, and we also have a quarter midget program at Little Lorain Raceway presented by Car Parts Warehouse. So we have a lot of youth movement here, and it's pretty awesome to see.
So what are the gate times and ticket prices for this weekend's opener?
Yeah, for this weekend, we open our pits at 12 o'clock. It's a little earlier than normal, just because we have safety tech. Every car that can hit the track has to go through safety tech for our tech officials. So pits open up at 12. The safety tech opens up at 12 as well. We have drivers meeting at 2:10, and then we have our practice starting at 2:30. Main gate opens up at 2:30, and then racing starts at 6 o'clock. We have 5 divisions of racing action. Adults through the front gate is $15. Seniors 65 and up are $12, and then kids 15 under are free all season long.
Very nice. Now, this is your second year running the facility, correct?
No, we've had the track since 2020.
2020. Okay, I'm a few years off.
Time flies, Scott.
Oh yeah, time does fly. Yep.
I know you've been making some improvements. You mentioned better drainage and things. Anything new facility-wise or track-wise this year?
Not necessarily new. We've revamped a few racing events, and we've made them more racer friendly, so to speak. We have let's see. We dropped Super Crown, which was the ISMA MSS Super Modified division, which sucks. But that was a weekend that pretty much cost us $20,000 to $25,000 every year that we were lost. So we dropped that. We dropped that. And then we made our jackpot in our Tri Nationals, which are big street stock and modified races. We made those in 2-day shows, which really helps the show. It was a rush show the past 2 years for both those. So it was pretty hard to, make it into an event like we wanted to. So we decided to make those into 2-day shows, but we've done so much work in the past, since 2020 really. So we've done so much work that we kind of, I told my dad we need to slow down. We did a lot. We've done a new catch fence, a new wall, paving throughout the facility, new asphalt grindings. Trying to think. We've done a lot of work here. We made a pond. My dad loves, this is his baby. He's pretty much retired, so he just does this full time, and he loves this place. So he made a pond. He made a little pavilion next to the pond, so this way, that's where our campground normally is for big shows. So this way, it's kind of a cooler deal there. But I try to get him to slow down a little bit. So, but, go ahead.
Speaking of the big shows, what are some of the biggest events you're most excited about for this year?
Yeah, so we own and operate two tracks, Painesville Speedway and Lorain Raceway Park. So Painesville Speedway, we have our Buckeye Figure 8 Nationals, which is a outlaw figure 8 race. Those guys from Indiana and Kentucky and Michigan Flat Rock Speedway. Those guys travel down to our track in Painesville, Ohio, on the east side of Cleveland, and so we have a cool event there. That's May 16th and 17th. It's all figure 8 all weekend long. So it's a pretty cool deal with the outlaw figure 8 cars, and then we have they have mini figure 8, which are basically legend chassis, but with the outlaw figure 8 bodies on them from Indianapolis Speedrome. So it's a pretty cool deal. We're going to bring them in this year. Our figure 8 Ironman division, which they run on a wet track every single week. We put IMSA dirt tires on them and Hoosier G60s, and they go around the wet track and everything, which is really cool. Our old school figure 8, which is rear wheel drive cars, knock the windows out, go have fun type of deal, put a cage in it, and then compact figure 8, and we have a trailer race as well. So that's our big Painesville event. And then we have our Jackpot Nationals, which is a big modified event. Last year we had 59 modifieds, I believe. We have an A, B, and C feature. And this year we're probably going to be around 65, 70 cars for that. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then
that's at Lorain?
Yes, these are at Lorain, yep. Jackpot and Triumph are both at Lorain. So the Jackpot has the modifieds, and then compacts. Those are the two big divisions for that weekend. That's June 20th and 21st. And then we have our Tri Stock Car Nationals on August 15th and 16th this year, which is street stocks and Crown Vics. So last year, I believe we had about 60 or so street stacks. We'll probably be about 70 or pushing 80, hopefully. So that's a pretty cool event as well. So, so those are both at Lorain. So we have a lot of, we've adapted to what I think fits this track. We race every other week consistently. When we first started, it was sporadic. Like there's dates thrown everywhere, and I think people just didn't understand when we were racing and figure that out. But I think it's going to work. It worked out last year, and I think it helped us build momentum, being a set every other week. So this way people kind of understand and know, hey, it's every other week. Okay, well, they raced last week, so they can figure it out a little easier than being sporadic.
Gotcha. Now you guys kind of took over the CRS trucks and now the Great Lakes truck tour. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
Yeah, so my dad loves those trucks. So we talked to Billy Straley last year, 2 years ago, and I asked him. I heard some rumors, and I asked him, and I think that they're a great division at both tracks that we own. So it kind of just made sense. But I told him we were interested, and if anything came about, to kind of let us know. And this past off season, in the beginning of the off season, he messaged us and said he thinks he's ready. And he took over that series since it was ARCA. So he really kind of saw it through and everything. It was like his little baby, you know what I mean? So it was kind of hard for him, but so he declined earlier this off season to move forward. And then I told him, I was like, hey, just whenever you're ready, just let me know, kind of deal. And he messaged me last week of March, first weekend of April. And we just kind of told my dad, and he said, let's do it. So we kind of hit the ground running.
Uh-oh.
All right, a call. We have a new schedule coming out on Saturday. We have an informational meeting with a lot of the guys that are going to be racing with us and stuff like that, and are interested in racing with us too. So we do. We have. Trying to think here. So we have the informational meeting, and then we kind of have a good baseline of ideas and stuff like that. We want to. The trucks are a great division just because the racing's close. The rule set's pretty fair all the way around, and it just kind of they're cool, the trucks. So let's go trucking. You can kind of promote it based off of the Camping World or the Craftsman Truck Series too. So honestly, you can steal most of their promotions with trucks because all little kids love trucks. So it's really cool. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with it, and we're excited to have a traveling tour now, and we can kind of promote drivers and promote a different kind of way of doing things.
Those trucks were originally V6 engines, and now I understand they're V8.
Yeah, so there are some still V6 cars, but a lot of them transfer over to V8 engines. When it was the ARCA Truck Series, they had a good mix. The CRS changed some rules, and the V8 just makes more sense. Now, I would say 80% of them are V8, but it's a pretty cool mix, and the rule set's pretty cool too. So.
Do you have a schedule then for them, or is that still kind of in flux?
Yeah, so we are announcing the schedule on Saturday. So we have our informational meeting. We moved some dates around. It just kind of made sense. There was a stretch in the end of June and July that had them racing 5 weeks in a row. I think it went from like Midville, Lorain, Ona, Sandusky, and it wasn't, and Lake Erie. It wasn't close tracks. So I was able to move a Painesville date. I was able to move a Lorain date, and that kind of spread that out. I moved Jennerstown. We announced that today. We raced at Jennerstown. It was originally May 24th. We moved it to September 6th. I feel like towards the end of the season, we'll have more traction and more of a grasp on the tour. So it made more sense to move that race towards the end of the year. And then Ona is moving as well. It was August 2nd. Now it's going to be October 18th, and we're going to end our season there. So I'm especially excited for that just because it's at the end of our season for our two tracks. And we're going to be sharing, so we're going to send some of our guys at the from the tracks to officiate the truck tour and stuff like that. So the owner race, I already talked to my dad. He's excited. We're gonna take our whole crew down. It'll be a celebration of the truck tour because it's the first race, but also, or it's the first time we're all together. Last race of our inaugural year, but we're gonna take our whole crew down, so it's gonna be like a little party too. So
cool. Well, we got to get moving on here. But what's the best way fans, drivers, racing community? What's the best way they can keep up to date on things going on at Lorain, Paynesville, and with the truck series?
Yeah, so we have. You can go on Facebook on the Great Lake Truck Tour. That's on Facebook. Facebook Lorain Raceway Park. You can go on Facebook for the Paynesville Speedway, and then you can also go on Facebook for Little Lorain Raceway. That's when we race quarter midgets and stuff. We have a big website. We've done a lot of work on it the past few years. We still have to add the Great Lakes Truck Tour stuff on it, but it's very interactive, really cool. It's neohioracing.com. So that's neohio racing.com. So you can go on there and look for more information, but we're very heavily on Facebook as well. So
very cool. Pleasure talking, and glad we got you on here, and good luck with the opener this weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I always love coming on, and it's great because you got me out doing the tires. I just finished. So
well, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Have a great year.
Yep,
Thanks,
you too,
have
man.
a great
We'll see
weekend.
you. There you go. Randy Maggio, promoter out there at Lorain Raceway Park. We got Rich Lushes standing by from Sandusky Speedway. Got to take care of a little business here. Racers, get ready. Dippin Motorsports is your one-stop shop in Northwest Ohio and offering on-location services at Fremont and Oakshade. Dippin Motorsports offers Hoosier tires, high-performance parts, and full service support to keep you on track and in the lead. And now the new late model right rear number 2 tires are in stock, along with some fresh super stock modified and sportsman tires, whether you need expert service or top tier gear. Dippin's got you covered. Call 419-283-8580. Stop by the shop or check them out online at dippinmotorsports.com. So let's move on to Sandusky Speedway and bring on our next guest, Rich Lushes. How's it going, man?
Great. How are you guys?
Good. Glad to see you again.
I'm glad to be back on. I appreciate you guys having me on. If you guys would have told me I was going to follow Randy, I would have waited an extra 10, 15 minutes to get on, though.
Well, we had to reschedule some things around there because I didn't get him on right at first. But last time we talked to you was cold, right before the hangover race, I think it was. So you got your first hangover race under your belt.
Was it as crazy as you thought it was going to be?
I thought it was a pretty tame hangover race, actually. It was a really cool experience, and I learned some stuff there that I like to do differently maybe this year. So I think we're changing it up a little bit this year, but we'll see how the season goes, and we'll play by ear, and we'll go from there.
There was an old guy that raced, and the power steering on his car quit just as he pulled out on the track.
That's a likely excuse. So you just announced recently the Ohio Pro Compact feature race ride-along deal. Where in the world did that come from? And I got so many questions about it. It's a very cool idea. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was just a concept that myself and Jason Stanfield dreamed up, and we talked about doing it a little bit, and it kind of just kept growing and growing. And I went to Kevin and said, listen, this is going to be one of the craziest ideas you ever heard, but hopefully you're going to say okay.
Kevin likes crazy, though, I think.
He did. I'm pretty lucky and fortunate that when I come up with these crazy ideas that he backs me 100%. So he said, "Oh, go for it. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can make it happen." And luckily, Jason Stanfield's got a car that he was capable of putting a seat in the right side, and they're going to take care of that. And it's going to be interesting. You know, it's one of those deals like last year when we at the Cavalcade, I ran the Warrior division backwards. We went to the right for 15 laps, and I stood in the tower and I held my breath for 15 laps, hoping nothing would happen. So it's going to be the same thing with this, I think. But to give the average fan sitting in the grandstands for $10, the chance to experience what we've all experienced and the thrill of being on the racetrack, I think is going to bring new fans in and hopefully, you know, show those guys what they're missing out by not being involved in racing.
Now, this is actually in the feature race. This isn't just going around for some hot laps. This is in the race.
This is in the race. So every track does ride alongs at intermission, right? And that's what I
Yeah.
want to do. We're gonna have a couple kids nights where we're gonna give the same car is gonna give kids a ride during intermission. But I'm like, why not give them the experience of actual in the feature? And why not do this? Like
Yeah, but being in the feature, you've normally got a steering wheel and a throttle pedal, and sitting in the. I'm not sure I would do it.
I'd be a little nervous.
It's funny, and most of the racers I've talked to about it said there's no way I'd do it. I want control and all that.
That's it, exactly.
Most of the fans I've talked to love the idea. So
that's awesome.
I hopefully it's a hit. I had a lot of great interaction on Facebook about it. People were really excited about it. So I feel like this is an opportunity for us, celebrating our 75th anniversary. It's an opportunity for us to grow the sport and get new people involved. And I don't know, I'm excited about it, but I'm nervous about it at the same time. It could be great and it could be a disaster.
Yeah, that's the wall side too.
Yeah,
that's the part I would. So how can people get this? What's the process to get involved in this? And I guess you're doing it like once a month.
Yeah, we're gonna do it once a month, starting at opening night on May 3rd. So the process will be you show up at the racetrack like a normal Saturday night, and there's gonna be a table set up in the front of the grandstands where you just go up and you pay your money, and get a raffle ticket, and all that money is going to go straight to Jason Stanfield and his team that are providing this car. The racetrack's not making anything off of it. It's just to bring new fans in and try to, grow the sport is a whole desire right now. So once you do that, and then we'll collect all the tickets, and then at intermission we will make the announcement, and then we will take the winner down in the pit area and get them all suited up and fitted up and make sure everybody's comfortable, and we'll go from there.
So for their $10, you'll provide a helmet and a driver's suit. Maybe
we will.
Maybe a prayer book.
we are going to provide a helmet, a fire suit, a head sock. We're going to provide we're going to put a GoPro camera in the right side of the car, and we're going to
watching them
on their face,
watching them, and we will send them the video afterwards. So it's a lot of cool stuff going on, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's like I said, we could hopefully it'll go well, and but they have Crown Vic races where there's two people in the car. And I've seen races before where one person's got a steering wheel, one person's got the pedals. So
yeah,
but to sit over there and have absolutely nothing, yeah, I've experienced the Rusty Wallace driving experience we've had at Sandusky, and I've drove the cars with passengers in the right side, and it's a different feeling even driving the car with somebody else on the other side. So I don't know if I would experience it in the right side, but I think it'd be fun to try one time.
Your driver has to be able to block out some screaming, I'm assuming. To concentrate. So, like, I'm in the middle of a feature race here.
So maybe on an off week, you'll climb in?
I think on an off week, you should climb in.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
But yeah, no, I would love to do it, but I'm not sure my boss on my real job would really like that.
And the first one of these is coming up next week's opener, May 3rd, as you just mentioned. How are things looking? Is it you guys ready for next Saturday?
We are getting there. Obviously, you're never ready. With winter basically just ending last couple weeks ago, but we're getting there. We're getting the final touches on things. We've made improvement with the driveway, which is a big improvement. We're working on bathrooms still. We're working on some grandstand stuff. We put new signage up. So we're working on the final details right now, and everything's right on par to be ready for opening day. So we're pretty excited about it.
I know they've improved the drainage, and that could have been an issue in the past for this weekend.
Right.
And the driveway, that's got to be worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, the people that came to test the last couple of days and actually have drove back there have all texted me and told me how excited they are. Yeah, how excited they are about the driveway. It's amazing. Those things are little things, but they're big things too, and it's all about. We know we have a lot of work to do. We know we have a lot to do in the facility to make it better and keep updating it. I feel like we've done a really good job this year with our rules and stuff to get cars there. So now it's just taking care of the facility and doing some updates and making things better each week.
So any changes for payouts, point funds this year?
Yeah, obviously you just had Randy on. We've worked really close together, myself and Randy and Kevin and Randy Sr. have worked together on, the Ohio Pro Compacts, the Grand Nationals, the factory stocks all have an alliance points now too, where you race 4 times at Lorain and 4 times at Sandusky. And then we'll have a combined points for that and a payout for that also. And we're really excited about the Ohio Pro Compact payout. There's nowhere else you're going to go for a local racetrack. And if 20 cars show up, you're going to race for $1,000 for a front wheel drive car for 30 laps. It's unheard of. And that's one of those other ideas that I went to Kevin and Randy about and said, listen, this is what I think we need to do. And luckily they both said, okay, let's do it. Let's move forward. Let's make this happen. So I'm really excited to see how many Pro Compacts show up at Lorain on Saturday. I'm going to go over there and talk to people, and then how many we have next week. And we're going to make an announcement tomorrow about we're up in the purse for the Grand Nationals for opening night. Mickey Mart came on board, kind of a tragedy, but they're coming to help the racetrack. They had one of their employees, Lucas Miller, that got killed last year, and they're going to sponsor opening night, and they're adding money to the Grand National purse for that. So pretty excited about adding the money. Obviously this comes from a tragedy, but Lucas was a longtime fan of the racetrack. His parents both worked there and his sister worked there for years. So to honor him, opening night and our 75th anniversary is pretty special to us too.
So what big events are you most looking forward to this year? I know you always have the cavalcade, which is huge.
Yeah, obviously High Miler is definitely our marquee event of the year, and now having Racing America coming on board to broadcast that, I think, is going to really elevate that. But I'm excited about some other events too. We're going to have some kids nights. We're going to have August 16th. I feel like is one of our main events that people aren't even really they don't know about it yet. But we're going to have go-kart night where we have the dirt go-kart track in the middle of the racetrack.
Right.
And we are going to run a division on the big track and division on the go-kart track all on the same night. And we're going to run 3 divisions total on the go-kart track and 3 divisions total on the big track, and just go back and forth on each track. And that gives the kids that are racing on Sundays a chance to race in front of all the crowd that's going to be there on Saturday. So hopefully it helps grow the go-kart track too.
Very cool. Regular ticket prices and show times for this year.
Obviously the gates open at 4:00, racing at 7. Ticket prices are $18 on most shows, $10 on some nights. And we feel like now that we had a lot of dollar nights last year, and I feel like our shows are going to be better this year. So we're only going to have $2 nights, but for the most part, $18 for general admission. We have the modifieds there 6 times this year, which we're pretty excited about that too. And we're going to welcome back the Wheelman series too for the street stocks.
Very cool. I know talking to Corey in the Showdown series, so I don't know if he's talked to you yet, but he really wants to get a event pitting the dirt trucks and the dirt super stocks against the Wheelman cars.
I would personally love to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. We're going to, I'm working with Corey. We're going to work on some stuff. I don't know the exact date yet, but we're definitely going to work together on making something happen. I like the hangover race and having the dirt cars there, and I think it's something we need to do more often.
We like being there.
I'm with you, Rick.
Yeah, I'd rather not be there when it's cold all the time.
I would much rather be there. Would you guys be there when it's nice and dry out and there's not a pond in turn 3?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Worst hangover ever was rain. I've had cold. Imagine. I've had snow. The worst one ever was rain. Cold rain.
I can imagine.
Any sponsors you need to bring attention to that's helping Sandusky Speedway out this year? I mean, you mentioned
Smith Mickey Mart's helping us out for opening night. Smith Paving is the ones that did the driveway, which we're really thankful for that, and it's a 2-year sponsorship with them. And we're welcoming on O'Reilly Auto Parts this year too, which they're going to sponsor Victory Lane. So we're really excited about that. Those are the 3 major sponsors that have stepped up this year and really helping us out. Any
plans? Have you looked ahead for the next hangover race? Anything you foresee being different, or is it you think pretty much business as usual?
No, obviously I got some ideas and stuff on the hangover race that I thought we could change and make it a little bit better. I feel like there's stuff that we need to do on our end to make it better, though. I feel like basically concession stuff, like maybe have a chili cook-off contest or stuff like that. But as far as the racing side of it goes, I felt like you guys put on a great show for that race, and I feel like the rules are relatively really close. But I'd also like to make it maybe where we can get some more of our asphalt cars to show up for that event, like maybe the front wheel drive cars or something like that we can do something else different.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know if we haven't done a good enough job promoting it in the past, or what we have to do. But we're gonna do something. Whatever we have to do in order to get more cars this year.
With Corey's Showdown series, probably make it an us versus them.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Even for the hangover race, it's kind of an us versus them. You would think with the asphalt cars, though, they got windshield. So when it's pouring rain or super cold, at least it's not going right on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like we haven't done a good enough job promoting the event and getting people back. And now we have a tie-in with Racing America, so maybe we can get. I remember years ago when I was a kid, I remember ESPN used to cover that. Used to come and do highlights of the hangover. So maybe we can do something with Racing America because that's a downtime for them. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas I have brewing that we just need to focus on and see if we can make the event bigger, because there's definitely something there, and we can definitely make it bigger and bigger.
And again, what is the deal with the Racing America?
So Racing America is going to broadcast all of a High Miler weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I feel like that's going to grow the event of the High Miler tremendously. They're extremely excited about it, and we're excited to have them. So I believe that this is going to be a big event now.
So that's the only event that's being streamed though this year.
Right now, as of right now, yes. We've talked to Buckeye Cable, working on some stuff. We have a lot of stuff in the works. It's just nothing that we can announce yet.
Gotcha. All right.
Keep up the work, the good work. I love that racetrack.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm trying extremely hard to make it better and better, and we're getting there. We just, like I said, I know we have a long way to go. I know there's a lot of stuff we need to improve on, but we're definitely making an effort to make it better, and we're going to keep working until we make it back to, like, I remember going there as a kid, to the cavalcades and how packed the place was, and I remember going downtown. So I want to get back to that. Like, there's no reason we can't. The racetrack puts on great racing. We have some of the most loyal fans that show up no matter what we have there. So there's a lot of stuff going on that we feel like that we can make this better and better.
And what are the best way for racers and race fans to keep up to date on things? Social media?
Social media is probably the best way. Our Facebook page, we do a really good job, I feel like, of updating the Facebook page. Like I said, I'm going to make a big announcement tomorrow about the payoff for the Grand National Division. So I feel like that's the best way to keep up to date on everything.
Awesome. Well, Rich, always a pleasure talking to you. Definitely keep us up to date on if there's any breakthroughs on the Showdown Series event.
Yeah.
Like a day.
Yeah, I will. We will definitely have something. I just can't tell you the date yet.
Got it. All right. Looking forward to that. And good luck. Again, season opener a week from Saturday. That's May 3rd. And what classes are in action?
The Modifieds, Grand Nationals, Ohio Pro Compacts, Factory Stocks, and Warriors.
And gates open at 4, racing at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, the pit gates will open at noon for tech, and then practice will start at 3, and grandstands will open at 4, racing at 7.
Awesome. Well, we hope you have a great season out there at Sandusky Speedway this year, and hopefully we'll be out there at least a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Yep.
Thanks,
See you.
Thank you.
There you go. Rich Lushes, the promoter there at Sandusky Speedway. And that leaves us with one more to go.
But wait,
there's one more. We're going to talk to Tim Wilber of Butler Motor Speedway.
Who?
You know that one guy?
That guy.
Yeah. Breaking news, too. We're taking next week off. That's another reason we're doing the track previews this week that are opening up not this weekend, but the following week, May 3rd, May 2nd.
Conflicting schedules,
yeah,
Scott.
We haven't had a break since Christmas, so it's nice just to take a day off every once in a while. We're allowed that.
I'm willing to be here.
Well, you can do the show by yourself then.
No, I won't.
Okay. So again, we'll talk to Tim Wilber here in just a moment. Before we get to him, I got to mention, elevate your racing performance with Dominator Race Products, the premier choice for high-quality, durable race car components. From innovative nose pieces and valances to robust fenders and spoilers, their products are engineered to enhance your vehicle's aerodynamics and durability on the track. Trusted by racers nationwide, Dominator Race Products delivers the reliability and performance you need to dominate the competition. Visit Dominator Race Products today to explore our extensive range of products and take your racing to the next level. And Victory Fuel, the ultimate flavored electrolyte water to power your day, packed with a full load of electrolytes, 120% of your daily vitamins, and absolutely no artificial coloring, caffeine, or carbonation. Just pure, refreshing hydration. It's no wonder Victory Fuel is the top choice for teams on race day. Well, that's not that. It's different than that.
Oh, that's right. We don't have Victory Fuel here, do we?
No. Is that your scary attempt to try and get some more?
Oh, darn.
Oh. If you're ready to stock up, contact your local sales representative, Tanya Conley, for track concessions and business wholesale inquiries at Tanya@drinkvictory.com. Order online now at drinkvictory.com, and you can use discount code Conley Racing at checkout for exclusive savings. Victory Fuel, because champions deserve the best. I still like the grape the best. It's like Kool-Aid.
I like the lemon.
Okay. Should we call Tim, or should we do some racing news?
I don't know. Is Tim supposed to be?
I just texted him.
Okay.
He's waiting for us to call. Well, he forgot to. Again,
Oh,
see, this is why I usually remind people on Thursdays, just because we do that early in the week. So let's do a little bit of racing news, and then we'll get to Tim
Later.
and talk about Butler. During a press conference Friday at Rockingham, Venturini Motorsports announced the sale of the team to Nitro Motorsports as part of the agreement. Nitro Motorsports will assume full ownership of the team and continue VMS's long-standing partnership with Toyota Gazoo Racing beginning October 15th. I don't know why. That just sounds weird.
It's just weird, yeah.
Toyota Gazoo Racing. I keep seeing the commercial. I'm like, why? I guess it's better than TRD, because every time I see that, the Toyota Racing Development, you think,
sure.
okay, yeah, you put a U in there and you got
Yeah.
what? Team owner Billy Venturini will remain on board as general manager for 1 year through the conclusion of the 2026 race season. Nitro Motorsports, founded by Nick Tucker, competes in a wide range of racing disciplines, including a national go-karting program, the Trans Am Series, the Toyota GR Cup North America, and the Arca Menard Series. The International Hot Rod Association has officially added another facility to its portfolio with the purchase of Milan Dragway. Quarter-mile Michigan track opened in 1964. Milan Dragway has hosted IHRA national events like the Motor City Nationals and Northern Nationals, as well as IHRA Pro-Am events. Kurt Johnson's TVC, the industry leader in track preparation, is currently working at the facility, making major improvements to the track service and the pit areas. This refers to changes to the 2025 schedule, which will be updated on the track's social media pages. Beyond the track surface and pits, plans are for grandstands, restrooms, concessions, and other areas to be updated for a world-class facility.
It's been a long time since we've had anyone on from drag racing. We probably need to do that
You
soon,
think so?
Scott.
Yeah, Milan Dragway just up the road there.
Yes, sir.
Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series in Attica Raceway Park announced that the Friday, May 2nd visit, that's a week from tomorrow, it's now going to be the Stephen Wagner Memorial, and pay $5,049 to win and $549 to start the 22-car field. The inaugural event honors longtime race fan and supporter Stephen Wagner. Wagner, 75, of Fremont, passed away on April 3rd of this year. He was an avid race fan, as well as an excavator who worked on the new resurfacing projects for Attica Raceway and Fremont Speedway last year. Mr. Wagner owned the car that made the 1992 World 100 with driver Larry Scott of Grand Rapids, Ohio. I remember watching him race. Mr. Wagner owned Scott's car, which also won back-to-back Johnny Appleseed Classic features in 86 and 87 at Mansfield Raceway. The family of Mr. Wagner has added a monetary position to each feature that will end in $49, right, which corresponds to Wagner's race car number for the cars he owned. Each non-qualifier will receive an additional $49 on top of the standard $75 tow money, courtesy of his family and sponsors. Additionally, the help of sponsors and Wagner's family, including son Noah, will be there will also be an Australian pursuit in honor of Larry Scott that will take place after the feature event for the fastest 6 qualifiers from earlier in the evening. That will pay $1,049 to win. That goes to the winner, and $249 for second place in the 6-lap event. The longest tow award for the night will be worth $200, courtesy of Jamie Miller Trucking.
That's pretty cool.
So a lot going on next Friday night there at Attica. Congratulations to former guest Alan Blake on being inducted into the Speedway Australia Hall of Fame. An accomplished racer himself, he then guided his son Brad to multiple Australian titles and 10 West titles, Australian late model titles.
Yeah.
10 West, yeah.
Still talk to him frequently.
Is he going to be coming back this year?
I haven't heard.
Okay.
Maybe. Now that he's famous, he might as well.
Richard Childress Racing appealed NASCAR's disqualification of Jesse Love as the winner of Saturday's North Carolina Lottery 250 at Rockingham Speedway. We mentioned earlier he was deemed to have violated Rule 14.14.2.I-5.H. Everybody knows exactly what that means.
That's just way too many dots.
That covers trailing arms, spacers, and pinion angle shims. All mating surfaces of those parts need to be in complete contact with each other, and unfortunately, they violated that rule and were disqualified, said series director Eric Peterson following Saturday's disqualification. The appeal was heard, and the panel upheld the original penalty yesterday, so he still did not win. He did not win the race. He did not win the appeal. Officials with the Great Lakes Super Sprints announced the launch of GreatLakesSprints.tv. I mentioned Barry and I had been talking about this. He got together his own crew, kind of like Fremont Speedway, which when I heard about the Fremont thing, I was like, this sounds exactly what Barry's doing. He's got his own crew. It's going to be doing the Great Lakes stuff. He also talked about possibly doing some other events when there's not a Great Lakes Super Sprints event to do. But cool sounding service. It's going to be the streaming home of Great Lakes. A family of sprint cars service will primarily stream Great Lakes Super Sprints events in 2025, along with select events for the Great Lakes Traditional Sprints and Great Lakes Lightning Sprints. Member of Speed Sport TV platform, Great Lakes Sprints TV offers pay-per-view and monthly subscriptions options. Signing up is free, and fans who miss a nightly event can purchase the on-demand at any time. And finally, I don't know if you saw this, but Matt Tifft, we had him on the show. Last year? Yeah, last year. He made a cryptic post the other day. Did you see that?
I didn't. Did it get him in trouble?
This is what the post said. No, it didn't get him in trouble. It was it was on Twitter and Facebook. I saw him both places. This place look familiar to anyone? ? I think there's still some future left here. Should we save a lost speedway? ? With pictures of Mansfield as it currently stands.
I thought
so I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't know if he's working on something or if that was just something to tease us. Either way, fingers crossed on that. How about we give Tim a call here?
Okay.
Make sure he didn't log on. All right, we give Tim Wilber at Butler Motor Speedway. Find out what's going on at that facility this year. They got a lot of big shows coming this year up there, don't they? High Limit Series, Summer Nationals.
Hello.
Tim Wilber.
Hey there.
Hey, it's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Hammer Down Racing Report. How's it going?
Good, guys.
How about you?
Oh, busy. Trying to get the final touches all done before Saturday's practice.
I was going to say, you got opening night a week from Saturday, but you got a test and tune this weekend at Butler. Is that still on then, as of right now?
Yep, that is on, and really, we've had a lot of messages, and really, if you've got any race car, if it's a late model, a sportsman, pro stock, anything, obviously you don't need to be legal at our place to come and practice.
Wow.
Suddenly the gears start turning in my head.
Oh, Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. What are the times on that?
We're going to open the gates at 11, and cars can go on the track from 12 to 5.
And is there a cost for spectators?
Grandstands is free and $25 for the pit.
Got it.
That's really fair.
So opening night
almost makes you want to come up and turn some laps, don't it, Ron?
Does.
Yeah.
Wait, you got something? Well, no, you got somebody borrowing your truck there. Opening night, you got the 410s, the modifieds, the street stocks and 4-cylinders, and that's coming up on May 3rd. You have some other really big. We were just mentioned you got some big events this year, including the American Late Model Ironman Series, a couple shows for them, the High Limit Series, the Summer Nationals, USAC Sprints. Are you excited equally for all those events, or is there one that you're most looking forward to this year?
I'm excited for them all. I'm a race fan of any sport. I've always liked late models, like when I drove them. But I'm really looking forward. I think the USAC show could really be a very good show at the track this year.
Cool. And the date on that one, that's actually at the end of the season, as I recall, wasn't it? Like late September?
Yeah, September 27th. It's the week after our championship night.
Very nice. So, any facility or track surface changes for this season?
We added some more clay last fall, and that all seems to be bonding pretty good. Last year, we kind of added some clay, and we struggled the first 2 or 3 weeks. We just got so much rain, and we couldn't get it dried out. And right now we're setting pretty good. We've done some. Right now, they actually just finished up doing the roofs over the concessions in the bathrooms. Last year, we kind of did half of it. We did the other half this year, so that was about done. Got a couple other little projects going on. Some more sponsors came on board, so we had to build a few more billboards on the back stretch. Which I always said when I bought the place, each year my goal was to get one sponsor for the back stretch to just keep filling them up with billboards, for the appearance wise. And this year we picked up 2 of them, so we got 2 more to add this year.
You're not going to block that tree house that's off the back stretch there, are you? Okay.
No. The billboards take off at the treehouse and go to the west. So no, we'll keep the treehouse for sure.
Awesome. Any streaming besides some of the traveling series that bring their own streaming there? Any streaming deals for weekly shows?
That seems to be a big deal this year.
Yeah, I mean a lot of tracks are doing that.
Yeah, as of right now, nope. Just when the series is coming, bring their streaming.
A lot of tracks are doing their own. Any thoughts about maybe Wilber Vision?
Wilber Vision. Not now, but that sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll work on that design tomorrow.
I like that.
But yeah, not as of right now. No.
You got enough going on to deal with.
Yeah, I got enough on my plate, and I always say each year, I'm like, it's got to get easier getting this stuff all wrapped up and getting ready. And it's just like tonight we've been there, and I'm still running around doing stuff, but. Definitely if you can get the good weather. It just seemed like that cold weather lingered with us for a while, and it's just tough to come over here in cold, but you've got to do it in the cold to get it ready.
Gotcha. How are points funds looking for this year?
Points funds are what we've done in the past is pretty much feature payout is our points funds. Okay. And the modified Brian Prespora helps us out with mega lift, and our modified champion gets the lift.
Okay. So what are your purses looking like then for the regular shows?
Sprint cars are $2,000 to win. Modifieds are $900 to win. If we pick up 30 cars, we pay $1,000. Street stocks are $500, and I believe our 4-cylinders are $250.
Very nice. So regular Saturday shows. What are your start times and admission prices?
Well, you always stump me on a few things. Admission prices, you're going to get me in trouble.
Uh-oh.
I believe the admissions are right around 15, I believe. Start time, we do qualifying at 6, and start time is right around 7:30.
Okay, and that's for most of those. What about the Summer Nationals? That's on July 10th. What is that, a Thursday?
That's a Thursday night. And I believe, Sam, we always push that back to about 8 o'clock just to get the sun down. That one's pushed back like a half-hour start time, but that's always right around 8 o'clock.
Gotcha. Is that's your only midweek show? I guess it's not really midweek.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's our only show that's not on a Saturday.
Very cool. And I think you had the Thursday show last year too, didn't you, for the Summer Nationals?
Yeah. Yeah. Butler's really, I think, I'm going to say probably for the last, I'm going to say 6-ish years they've been on Thursday.
Okay.
The Summer Nationals. So yeah, they've kind of been locked down on that Thursday schedule for a little while.
And that day works well for you?
Yeah, yep, that day really works out well. Kind of gives me that 1 day turnaround because then we have a firework. Our firework show is that Saturday, always after the Summer Nationals. So gives me 1 day to turn everything around and have another show on Saturday.
Nice. Any rule changes for any of the classes this year?
No, nothing. I mean, just maybe a couple small tweaks, but nothing really big. That's just of course, our modifieds, those are kind of set in stone with UMP, so there ain't much there in the sprint cars. Four cylinders are really the same. Street stocks, we tweaked a little bit of them, but for the most part, they're pretty much the same rules that they've been.
Gotcha. You got the Great Lakes Super Sprints coming there, the Great Lakes Traditional Sprints. That's coming up on May 10th. So you got, quite a wide variety of a different class. The IRA Outlaw Sprint Series. I'm not familiar with that series.
Yeah, we kind of start off pretty strong. I think we race one week, and then we bring GLSS in, and then, we got the Valvoline gig comes in, and then the high limit comes in. So in our first 4 or 5 weeks, we're kind of pretty stacked. Kind of talking to some other promoters, and it just seemed like this year was a tough year to get the schedule done. You'd think after a couple of years it gets easier, but just trying to make everybody happy. It makes sense for someone to come here and they got to find a dancing partner either the night before or the night after, because just with fuel prices and all that. But man, this year the schedule was just kind of tough to make everybody happy and tell somebody, hey, either A, I don't have room for you on my schedule, or B, I can't do it that night. And it just took me a while to get the thing locked down and finalized. And I actually got the schedule done, and the USAC thing was kind of on the back burner. I was working on that, and then that was kind of the last thing to add on to it.
Now, how many years have you been running Butler now?
This is the third
year. Okay. So you've settled in, obviously, and is it as fun as you thought it would be? Or did you even think it was going to be fun before you took it over?
I don't know if I even really thought, I probably really didn't even know what I was expecting, fun or not. But, it's great. I'm happy we did it. There's no, I wish we wouldn't have, nothing. Every day, I guess I'm itching to get out of work. I'm like, hey, I'm leaving early. I'm going to the track, but, no, my drive's still there, and we're going to keep the drive going. And each year, hopefully we can get a little bit better. And, I think the first year I thought we were good. And then when you kind of look back after a few years, you're like, I don't really know if we was as good as what I thought we were, but, I guess that's the biggest thing. And I don't think it makes a difference if you're racing or if you have a racetrack. You got to stay up at times, and you got to keep going forward. You just can't get there and plateau and be level. You got to keep moving.
Fortunately, your boss is pretty understanding, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She reminds me a lot that she's 51% owner and I'm 49. and I'm pretty sure the 49% I own is the wooded area, not the racetrack. But no, indefinitely. Even before getting the racetrack, my wife and I with the race cars and stuff, she was always super understanding. And even afterwards, with this business here, she puts a lot into it, and I probably knew there was a lot to do with the track, but all the other stuff to take care of. And when I just left there, she's trying to get the internet up and going for this weekend, and that's not working. And it's the good thing is I always compare everything to racing. My two daughters, Taylor and Mallory, are great, and I think they enjoy it just as much as me and my wife. So all week long they get out of work every day and they come over and spend 2-3 hours. And what 20-year-old girls want to come over and hang out at a racetrack for a couple hours a night, but they do it and they enjoy it. So
that's pretty cool.
Definitely good.
Nice.
Yep, it is. Yeah, because it'd be tough. If you don't have them and they don't enjoy it, like you almost really don't want to do it, So it's kind of still like a family sport for our family, and it's my parents come over, and so it's a big deal.
Definitely good to have the family support. I know how that goes. Best way for fans and racers to stay up to date on everything Butler. Facebook?
Yeah. Yep. We have the Facebook page. We have butlerspeedway.com. And obviously, we keep them all pretty much updated, post each week. So, yeah, each of those, they can keep up what's going on and what show will be there each week.
Awesome. So, again, this weekend, Test and Tune opened pretty much everybody. I noticed a typo on your website. I was just looking at here. You have gates at 11 p.m. That's supposed to be a.m.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, we're gonna do it under the light. No, just kidding.
Cars on track at noon, racing, or noon to 5, no racing. And you do have a rain date because I guess the weather could be a little questionable depending on what it does tomorrow. Rain date for Sunday. And same times then on Sunday then?
Yep. Same times on Sunday. And hopefully we can get her in Saturday and we don't have to worry about that.
I like that the outside grill is going to be open too. It's making me hungry.
Yeah.
And then, of course, opening night, a week from Saturday, May 3rd, again with the 410s, the modifieds, the street stocks, and the 4-cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. Tim, it's always a pleasure talking to you. We'll let you get back to work, get things ready for this weekend.
Okay, I appreciate it, guys. Nice talking to you.
Have a great season, Tim.
All right. Thanks, Ron. Take care.
We'll see you. Bye. There you go. Tim Wilber, owner of Butler Motor Speedway up there in Quincy, Michigan. Getting ready for this weekend, the test and tune this weekend. So, again, if looking for someplace to go, I guess, why not there?
Yeah.
Well, assuming that you're not going to Fremont or something, you have other plans already. But, I did not. I'm sorry. It's getting the wheels turning in my head there. We do have a Hammer Down hotline playback here. Don't forget we're going to be doing How Many here momentarily.
Right.
Chance to win the DCR Graphics Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. And, I did have results from, remember Dale's putting all the names on his car? Let's do that real quick. He had a couple questions on his little form for people that put their names on there.
Right.
Basic questions about the show. And some of them were kind of interesting. Like one didn't have to do with the show. Was which car was your favorite Dale or DCR Graphics car? Where did he send this? Right there. Here we go. Okay. So, of course, his was the favorite. I think that quarter panel might be from it, as a matter of fact. And then John Young was number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So congratulations. Rusty Schlink was 3rd.
Okay.
Favorite. Oh, I'm sorry. No. That was. Let me back up here. I looked at the wrong thing. That was favorite guest. Favorite guest was Kenny Wallace. John Young was number 2 under favorite guest.
Okay.
And Rusty Schlink was 3rd under favorite guest.
Okay.
So, we'll go with that. Favorite DCR Graphics car, that was Dale Cole Jr.'s. Second was Jesse Jones' car from last year. Pretty sharp-looking sportsman. And third was Brandon Moore's car from last year. I think my car was 4th.
Really?
Yeah. Favorite
you missed the podium, Scott.
I did. Favorite dirt track. That was one of the questions as well. Oakshade had that by a landslide, he said. Eldora was 2nd, and Butler was 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Favorite race was Scattered. That was one of the questions. Favorite race, it was kind of an open question there. It ranged from the World 100 to NASCAR at MIS to the birthday race to the Dirt Track World Championship. So, yeah. So that was interesting. Just some of the feedback from folks there. So, anyways, we did have a message again. We just can't put this thing to bed. We can't kill it. The Hammer Down hotline still alive.
We don't want to.
419-318-3081.
We need our listeners to use it more often.
Feel free to call or text it anytime, day or night, just like this text here that we got. This one's a good one though, because a lot of times questions are. Have multi-part answers. This one I think we can answer pretty simply.
Yes.
Has Rusty won every feature at Attica this season? Yes. There you go. There's your answer. Yes, he has. All 3 of them. I actually double-checked just to make sure. So there you go. So you could be simple questions. It's all good. Let's do our How Many and a chance to win that sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics.
How many?
So last week's How Many was how many 410s, 305s, and dirt trucks total would be at Fremont on Saturday. Oh, son of a gun.
What?
I forgot to type in all the names for my wheel here that I'm going to have to spin.
Oh, no.
So, anyways, the winner from us, Scott Warner in the studio last week, he picked 57, his car number. You picked 42.
Right.
And I picked 0. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I did pick 0. So I was the winner. That means I have to go first for this week's question. So there was a few people that picked 0 last week. That would be Tom Long is one of them, as well as I lost my place. Sabrina Stamper. And also James David. Whoops. So all these folks are in the running to win the Hammer Down Race Report window sticker, which, again, you can put on your race car if you're a racer and become part of the Hammer Down Army. Submit your results. We'll report them on the show each and every week. Hovis Racing was another.
What a surprise.
Yeah, they're pretty good. A little tip if for this week's How Many?
Yeah.
Wait and see what Hovis Racing puts, because they're pretty good. Pretty good. Christina Lynn Yeasley. Apparently I can't type that. Christina Lynn Yeasley. And Brian Nelson was another one. And Bill Daniels. And I think that is everybody that guessed 0.
You got the correct answer?
Yes. So, yeah, there we go. So, now that I spent that time typing them in, let's spin the wheel to find out our winner for the Hammer Down Race Report window sticker for this week. Here we go. Spinning the wheel. It's going to be Christina Lynn Yeasley is the winner.
Okay.
Christina has, 30 days to pick that up from Ron Miller Race Cars. Today is the 24th, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you have until May 24th to pick that up. It'll be at Ron Miller Race Cars. Christina Yeasley. If you know her or she's not listening, make sure you let her know. Otherwise, Ron will give it back or give it to one of his friends, or we'll give it to someone else. So there you go. So this week's How Many? A chance to win one of these not next week's show. This is actually going to be 2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks.
Because we're off next week. Don't forget, make other plans next Thursday night if you want. Take the night off. How many All-Stars are going to be at Fremont on Saturday night? Pretty simple one.
Yeah.
And we'll give you until Saturday at noon to get that. John says, thank you, everyone that voted for me as favorite guest on the show. Congratulations, John. I have to guess first. So if you want a chance to win that sticker, just put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Again, if you're listening to us on the podcast, hit up either the Facebook Live or YouTube Live. That video will still be available to watch not live after we're done. But you can put your guess in the comments, and as long as before noon Eastern time on Saturday, we'll count your guess. As I stall and see, we got 42, 37. I was kind of hoping Hovis Racing would put in their guess so I could go off of them. Chad put in 30. I'm going to go with, man, those are all over. I'm going to go with Ron Burt there. I'm going to go with 37. What do you got, Ron?
38.
Really? I figured you'd go 35 or something.
No.
You're going up higher.
If I went first, it would have been 30.
Hovis Racing went with 31.
Ooh.
So if they're right, I win. I'm closest. There you go. And again, you don't have to be perfect. It's whoever's closest. And if we have a tie, we spin the wheel. That's how that works for the sticker for How Many. So let's check out our DCR Graphics race menu for this weekend.
This weekend's racing menu.
Attica Raceway Park in action tomorrow night. That's Friday with Rath Builder Supply Bucyrus Road Materials night. 410 sprints, UMP late models, and 305 sprints. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:45. General admission is $22. Saturday night, Lorain Raceway Park. We talked to Randy earlier tonight, getting ready to get things going. Autism Awareness Opening Night, Remembrance Night, featuring the Ohio Wheelman Series, Modifieds, Grand Nationals, Factory Stocks, Ohio Pro, Compacts, and Juice Box. Not the band, the electric carts. Oh, and Asphalt Street Stocks, too. I had to ask about that. Gates open at 2:30, but pit gates are, noon, I believe. Get through all the inspection. Racing then starts at 6 o'clock at Lorain Raceway Park. General admission, $15 there. Fremont Speedway, they're going to try and get their season going after getting rained out last weekend. It's also going to be the opener for the All-Stars, because that got rained out at Attica a few weeks ago. Gressman Level All-Star Circuit of Champions Night, featuring the Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions, Sprint Car Series, and the Dirt Trucks also in action. 305's taking the night off. Gates open at 4, racing at 7 p.m. General admission, $25. Who's going to win the truck race, Ron? Putting you on the spot.
Ooh.
Think about it. I'll come back to you. Wayne County Speedway.
Sean Valenti.
Okay, that's probably a good safe bet there. Is
With
Jamie?
the 35 will be close behind.
What about Jamie Miller? Is he running truck?
Jamie Miller, I believe, will be in the P51 this year, at least part-time.
Interesting. Wayne County Speedway in action. Public service night on Saturday. 410 sprints, UMP late models, UMP modified super stocks and mini stocks. Gates open at 3, racing at 7. General admission $20 there at Wayne County. And Montpelier Speedway back in action with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midget season opener. UMP modifieds also in action. 3 stocks and Hornets. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission is $12 there. And what is that weekend weather pit stop looking like for this weekend, Ron?
Yeah, right, Scott. Actually, Friday is the only question mark. Saturday's wonderful. I don't think that the folks at Butler are going to need to use their Sunday rain date, but if they do, Sunday's going to be beautiful. But Friday, it's all about timing. It's going to rain. It's just a matter of when in the night it's going to. You know, talking about weather.
It's like that cyclical thing you were always talking about.
That's it. I'm concerned about Tuesday next week. There's no racing, but pay attention to the weather reports, and there's a chance of some really nasty storms coming in Tuesday.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to test out my generator system. My power hasn't gone out since I installed that. Other series of action this weekend, Australia, they're still racing down there. You keep telling me the season's ending.
They're close to the equator, Scott. They race all winter, but...
High Tech Toowoomba is in action Friday with production sedans, national title featuring production sedans and legend cars. And then Saturday, production sedans, super sedans, and another demolition derby.
Ooh.
Is that normal for down there? They would have a racing event with a demolition derby as well?
I haven't seen one, but apparently it's a thing.
Manjimup Speedway on Saturday, super sedan summer series with wingless sprints, legend cars, juniors, supermods, production sedans, and street stocks. Those are the only 2 events I got for Australia this weekend. Lucas Oil Late Model Series back in action. The Melvin L. Joseph Memorial at Georgetown Speedway in Delaware. That's tomorrow night, Friday night, April 25th. And then they're at Hagerstown Speedway in Maryland on Saturday, the 26th. Then we got the Battle in the Borough at Port Royal Speedway. That's going to be on Sunday, April 27th. So 3-day weekend for Lucas Oil Late Model Series. World of Outlaws, Real American Beer Late Model Series.
That's a series sponsor now.
Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan's beer.
Yeah.
Alabama Gang 100 at Talladega Short Track in Eastaboga, Alabama. That's going to be Friday and Saturday, April 25th and 26th.
NASCAR
Cup Series
big weekend.
Yeah, NASCAR's down at Talladega there too. I wonder if any Cup guys will jump over into a late model this weekend.
Maybe.
Kubota High Limit Racing Series in action with the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series opener at Texarkana 67 Speedway. That'll be on Wednesday, April 30th. Arca Menard Series, General Tire 200 Talladega. That's going to be Saturday, 12:30 p.m. on FS1. Then the Xfinity Series will take to the track for the Ag Pro 300. That'll be at 4 o'clock on Saturday, and that'll be on the CW. Then the Cup Series, Jack's Links 500 at Talladega. That's going to be Sunday at 3 o'clock, back on the flagship network, back on Fox. And I did have all next week's stuff, but I figured we've already gone long enough. And if you need to see what's going on next weekend, people know how to get to Facebook or the website. They do. So, and almost everybody's going to be open. Almost, yes. Thanks to producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Bob Stasic, Matt Swander. I did get a message from him today. Really? Oh, Ron Burt. He also adds to things. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out, hammerdownracingreport.com. And if you have a chance, please rate and review us. Leave us a review. Share us with your friends. That always helps. Thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dittman Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, and Victory Fuel. And make sure to support our sponsors as well. And you can find more sponsor information. But we had Scott Warner on last week. I'm wearing the shirt. I got to turn this way. The Speedy Sponsor shirt, SpeedySponsors.com. Right. You can find some driver information. It's starting to get a little bit more populated. Cool. With some stuff there. So cool. Thanks to our guests this week, Ralph, Gerry, Rich, Tim. We're off next week. So I don't know, man. Major holiday. Maybe I'll put something together. Yeah, it's May Day. Oh, yeah. Yeah. May Day. We're off on May Day. It's a holiday. It's a racing holiday. So we will see you in 2 weeks at... what would that be? That'd be the 7th. 8th. May 7th? Is it the 8th? I'm sorry. You might be right. I think you are right. If it's the 1st, the next week has to be the 8th. I added 7. Yeah, you're right. May 8th. So sorry. We'll see you at 7 o'clock, May 8th. Math was never Scott's long suit. Now, that's a wrap here on show number 376 of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.